Okay, so it didn't record my voice when I did this the first time, so I'm going to do a director's commentary. So this is Barbara Keating, who I immediately thought was Margaret Thatcher when it was released. I don't know how close they're trying to get to it. The pearls, for some reason, seem to give me that impression. I'm going to try and go for Silent Assassin on this. And this is when I realised that the smuggle location is not where you start. It's over at that other hut further down the beach. So this is me kind of going, oh, should I go over there? Oh god, no, I don't really need it. And then seeing those guys know me, so kind of changing my mind. So the plan here is to go get the key, just scope out who is where, what the situation is, because I know that this person has a body double, and they look identical. Like, as far as I can tell, the intro is they're exactly the same model. They just, they look identical. There's no way you can actually tell side by side. I was looking to see if it was her up there, but it is the guy with the cat, one of her bodyguards. So this is me going to get the key from inside the pot, which is, I think, one of the only situations in the whole game where that's the case. There's a couple of places on Sapienza, I think, where there's items in there. That took me a long time to find. And then, yeah, I'm just going to take this guy out. There was a run before I started recording where I accidentally shot this guy in the back, so I'm careful to put my gun away. What I didn't realise was that this other guy would also notice and come out of the door. So I decided, you know what, I want to go for Silent Assassin, so I think I switch out from this. Because there's a bit where I'm like, oh, well, I can just remove suspicion by taking that disguise, but then I realised Silent Assassin's probably the way to go. Because Silent Assassin on a map like this is probably a bit easier than otherwise, because it's such a small map. So it's quite easy to get in, out, and hide. So that's why I restarted. Oh, and also we decided to put the coins in the garbage instead of in the shack, so that when I do that plan, all of this stuff's available.
Welcome to New Zealand, 47. Your target and her double are both preparing for
I
their
landed on my plan for this
I suspect Dame Barbara
elusive target pretty quickly. I didn't do it when it was in Hitman 2, so this was completely new to me, and I didn't look up any guides. I don't like doing that really ahead of time. I did do it with the collector, like once I'd done the bulk of it, just to see if I was missing anything. But I like to just do them fresh. I kind of like the idea that it's if you fail it, you failed it. Like, I like that tension. So this is me just kind of going to execute on the plan that I had before. Worried about this guy seeing me. I think this is the most they see me when I do this run. But that was something I was kind of keeping an eye on. Hopefully reload as I go out the door, or maybe wait until I do the camera. That's the other thing, is I try to do the cameras because I didn't want to go like into the house and mess with that and do all of the do like the security machine and stuff, just because it seemed like, unless I really needed to, I shouldn't get into the main part of the house. Because one of the things that, like, it's... Oh, there you go, put my gun away. One of the things that it's really surprised me about this is that basically everybody knows you and can see through your disguise. So I'm going to drop him in the dumpster and hopefully get his clothes. And then I look at the map and I can see, like, everyone still knows me, and that's a little bit confusing. You see me, I'll use, like, the fancy Hitman vision and be like, what's going on? Why are those people suspicious? And at first I thought it was the gun on my back, but I'm not suspicious with that. And then I noticed he's dropped the key down there, so that means I can use that key instead of the key from the pot, which is good. But yeah, I was wondering why people knew me. I think it's just because they wanted to make it difficult because it's quite a small map. And then I noticed this guy on the map who doesn't know me, so I kind of go and investigate and like, oh, what's going on there? Maybe if I'm him and it's a different disguise, like, that might give me a better thing. But I forgot the thing about this map is all of the bodyguards have loads of visually different disguises, but they all count as the bodyguard. So if you're one guy, you can't change and look like a completely different guy without doing what I'm about to do, which is I'm going to swap to my infiltration suit and then swap back to this guy. And it's because I wanted his flat cap, and then I didn't get his flat cap, and I was really annoyed. So he goes in the dumpster. and then I don't think I've got anything else to pick up. Then I just go in, and this is the first time I've been in this house since I completed all the mastery for it. So I'm familiar with it, but it's been a little while. And I find this guy. So this guy, there's no one else around, just easily subdue him. At this point I'm thinking I'm just going to have to subdue everyone around the map, just so that I can get a bit of intel and see what's going on. So shove him in the locker. And just pick up stuff. I always pick up a wrench if I can. They always seem to come in handy, and it's one of those things, it's like the screwdriver, where you come across something that you need. It's annoying to try and find one, so it's just I always pick one up if I can do. So now I'm thinking maybe I should... Well, first I was thinking the garage door might entice him into the garage. It makes a noise, but it didn't. I'm going to try and bring that guy from the other side of the wall into the garage so that I can knock him out and hide him, so that I can go into the main room, perhaps. And so I threw this car battery. I don't use car batteries very much in the game. So it started sparking. I got worried that he would come out and get electrocuted, and that would... lose my silent assassin. So I picked it back up again, but then he saw me, so I ran away. Thankfully, he didn't actually fully clock me. I don't know how. Some random guy carrying a car battery in your garage, you're gonna know who that is. But he didn't actually come in, so I couldn't do anything. So then I think I opened the door and try and distract him with the hammer. Yeah, I just kind of chucked the hammer to a point where he might come in and get it. And then, of course, because the door closed, he didn't hear it, so I have to do that again. And then she noticed, and so I'm interested in maybe she's going to come in or not. It looks like one of her guards comes in. And I realised the problem is I threw it too close to the doorway. So I can't really get him without anyone else seeing, but I'm just hoping he doesn't take it, which he doesn't. But I started hearing her do those lines that you can see in the subtitles. And I started thinking, well, is that her? She's practicing her speech, but I know they're kind of tricky, so I wanted to experiment with that a bit more. So the right guy's heard it then. So he's hopefully going to come round and pick it up, and I'm just hiding here. And then he kind of goes, huh, here? And I think he's seen me, and I'm like, oh shit, I have to do all this again. But he's hiding at the hammer. So, okay, so now I go get him, strangle him out, and then I just pick up all of his stuff, and so that is going to allow me to go into the main room again. I was going to put him in here, but I decided if I need to urgently hide someone, I want space in the dumpster, so I'm going to put him here. And that way there's an open space in each one of them. And then pick the hammer back up. Okay, and then I'm going to go back in here, but there's still two enforcers, so I think I'm going to go climb up here, and then I realise that I'm trying to get Silent Assassin. So take this out, and then someone notices. So that's now a no-go area. I'm worried I've busted my Silent Assassin, but thankfully they didn't clock that it was a gun for some reason. So I'm going around trying to find another way up, realise there's this, go in to get the stuff, and then I think that's different stuff than the usual map. So that's interesting, and I'm thinking, okay, well, maybe this folding knife could come in handy. I don't really know exactly, maybe they put it there for a reason. But then I noticed that the stuff's there as normal, so maybe I just don't know this map as well as I thought. And I thought I can go up here and turn right, and then realised that there are the people here, so obviously that could be one of the targets. She's got a bodyguard who knows me, but there's a guy there who doesn't know me, and that's really convenient because he's going to be one of the few actually in the level at all. And so she's talking about the computer, and I'm trying to think, is this the kind of thing a doppelganger would do? Right? It doesn't seem like they'd go to this much of an extent, right? And just the way that she's acting seems like who she is from the brief. Rang a little bit out of it, I thought was a bit weird. That's not a phrase I'm familiar with. And so I'm thinking, okay, well, what can I do here? I'm really tempted to just plug her in the head, but obviously I'll lose my Silent Assassin there because we've got, not only the guy who knows me, but the guy who doesn't. They're just going to immediately go, this person's been killed, and so I need to figure something else out. But then I realised this glowing thing, that means that's an interactable thing. And so potentially I could just blow that up. And I'm trying to figure out now, is she smoking? Because it's the kind of thing that the devs would do. Like assume like, yes, she's smoking. And that means that I can blow her up. Obviously I can't right now. But they've gone away. The only guy here is a guy that doesn't know me. So maybe I can get past him and use the wrench I've got from before. So that's the current plan. But I'm just going to double check and make sure that this other person isn't the actual person. Like, I want to be absolutely sure, because if I get the wrong person, I don't know if it's going to mess up my elusive target. But then I didn't pacify that guy properly, and so I had to restart to get my silent assassin. But that's my plan. I've kind of decided at this point that's how I'm going to get the kill.
Your target and
so
are both prepared.
I'm just kind of running straight to it now. And I don't know if crouch running is slightly slower or not, but like I kind of realised that I'm doing it, and so straight it up. If I want speed, I always stand up. It doesn't seem that much quicker, but I don't know. Yeah, maybe it is. I'll have to look that up. So now I'm wondering, this guy on the right should be able to see me. It's very weird that he doesn't, but you know, I guess Hitman eyes aren't proper eyes. Oh, but well, maybe they are. So yeah, decide I don't need that key anymore, because I know I'm going to get one from this lad. If I pop that, then his friend's going to come out. I can reload and just hide in the bushes. So just wait for him to... Ah, no. That's what I should have done. What I do is decide to see if I can quickly take him out. And I think if I hadn't picked up his gun, maybe I could have done. But yeah, that was a good test, I guess, to see if I could do that quickly enough.
Preparing for their undoubtedly tearful comeback speech. I suspect
so yeah, this time around it's exactly the same plan.
Than a perfect doppelganger, so a little additional reconnaissance might be in
Just
order.
head for, yeah, just try and execute the plan. We're going to try and go for take that first guy out, take out the guy with the wrench, use the wrench to open the gas bottle, and blow herself up.
Come on.
And I think I've learned this time just to wait around. Yeah, I just kind of wait in the bushes here, reload my gun, just out of overabundance of preparedness.
Come on.
And then yeah, hopefully I can get this guy without that guy seeing, and that's fine. So take his gun so no one picks it up. I think I'd go to try and see if I can take that guy out, but then realise he's not going to be a problem. So take his gun, drag him to the dumpster, pop him in, and disguise as him, and there we go. Now I'm still noticeable, but yeah. And then I realised I don't have the door key, so that's that. So now it's same as before. Take out the guy on the bike, and I think I've decided at this point that the doppelganger is the one in the main area, because I've heard her like rehearsing lines, and at first I thought that was like that could be either of them, like that could be the real one or not, because the real one would have been rehearsing lines for the speech she's going to give, and the fake one could have been rehearsing to pretend to be her. But I think this one's more likely to be the one who's real. So now I was checking to see if I was noticeable doing that, and I am. So I'm going to try and distract this guy. I mean, this is a stupid distraction. Like, this guy obviously saw me do it, so, you know, he's not going to care. And then the other thing is I put that, I think, in the wrong place. So I didn't realise at the time, but he's facing me when I do this, and I decided just to kind of give it a go while he's ducked down, but he can just see me. So he is immediately suspicious, lost my silent assassin, and I have to do it again. But I think I've got the plan. I just need to execute it better.
Are both preparing for their undoubtedly tearful comeback speech.
So
I suspect Dame Barbara wouldn't settle for anything less than a perfect
slowly honing
so a little
my attempt as you would, as any assassin would, I'm sure. This guy on the balcony on the right should definitely see me, right? Like, I'd see me from that distance, especially like silhouetted against the sea. I think I decided to go under this overhang this time just because it felt like I'd be less likely to be seen from someone inside. Then I got paranoid about those two in the distance, but they can't see me. I was kind of hoping that if I hit this now, that the other guy wouldn't come through, but he does anyway. I guess if he hears the impact, he's going to come, and it's not going to be delayed. He's not going to miss it unless he's somewhere significantly different.
Come on, we're clear.
So he's off doing his thing, and I mean, there's not really much to say here. I'm doing exactly as we always would. Dump him. Disguise. Get the house key. Open the door. And then go take this guy out. Put him in the cupboard, get his gun, and get his wrench, and then head straight up. And I'm hoping at this point that she hasn't made her way up there yet. I think she's got like a whole loop that she does that I will have to look up because I never saw it. Up we go, and now I need to figure out how to distract this guy, and realise I didn't pick up the coin. I didn't get the coin from the bin outside, so now I'm panicking that I'm wasting time and she's going to be there before I can do the coin. I should have just taken the coin with me. I can't remember what the other thing... It was a lockpick that I took with me, which I obviously never needed, so yeah, I could have just taken the coin. So he gets distracted over there, and I decided instead of distracting him, I'm just going to take him out. And that way I can pick up the coin, don't know where it is, but I can loosen the valve, no one will see me, pick up the coin, I can drag him downstairs and put him in the freezer, and there's not going to be anything up here as long as I pick up his gun, so nobody's going to know what's going on, and this will just kind of happen without me. The thing will just blow up when she lights her cigarette, and if she doesn't light a cigarette, if I was mistaken from looking behind, then I'll know that and we can restart and figure something else out. So that again, that gets dumped in the locker, and then I see on the map there's these two dots, one of which who doesn't know me, and I'm like, I've never seen this guy sitting down before. Like, is this a glitch? I think what it is, I think it's the second guy that was catching me who didn't know me. He's finished his loop and he'd just gone and sit down and had a snooze. But I didn't see that in any of the other runs, so I don't know what happened there. But now I realise I can't actually be able to watch the explosion take place. So this is where I go. These guys might know me, so I've hidden, but then I can see her go to light her cigarette, and
Target eliminated. Well done, 47.
And there we go.
The client is transferring a very charitable donation.
Very charitable donation. Now, what I should have done is noted where her body landed, because now I'm looking and going, where the hell's the exit? Because that exit is locked, and I'm like, shit, that is her car. Like, I bet I have to get her keys to leave. I bet they won't let me leave unless I have got the keys. So this is me looking for a challenge of like, is there a challenge for leaving in her car that I'm gonna miss? Like, what's going on here? Looking through the elusive targets, trying to find if there is one for like leaving in her car that I should try and go for, because I'd rather get that than the silent assassin, because you can get the silent assassin on other stuff, even though I've been kind of doing it so far. At this point I'm thinking, well, silent assassin means not only nobody's found, which I don't think there are any bodies found at the moment, but even if they find her, it's an accident kill, so it won't count. But I need to exit to get the silent assassin racing. It's not just get the kill done. So I'm like, where the hell are these keys? Do I need to go to her? I can't remember where her body is. And then I see in the distance that the regular exit is there. This guy almost caught me. I was like, where the hell is he? But I guess they've all gone to the safe room when she died. So he was seeing me from there. So yeah, now I'm thinking, right, well, shit, I've got my silent assassin. I've got to go all the way across the map. I kind of was planning anyway, but now it's just become tense. It's like, can I get in here? Like, what does it say? And it just says, missing key. I have no idea where that key is. It might be on her body. I don't know. I've seen now on the video she landed outside, so it might have been quite easy to go and find it, but I decided just play it safe. If I go, the amount of people that know me, if I go into that building, like, I'm just going to lose my silent assassin. So this is me then realising that actually the people outside the map don't tend to know me when I'm in this disguise, so I can probably just run to my boat. So I do. Just keep an eye out for people. And run for my boat. There's not really much else that's exciting. I just keep checking my Hitman vision and making sure that they're not enforcers when I see people. And I'm sure, you know, the music swells to a crescendo as we leave. And then I start to get cold feet. And I start to think, well, what if there is a challenge? What if I've just missed it in the menu? What if I can go back and get those car keys and it gets me some rewards or something? Because the elusive targets used to give you like suit rewards for each individual one. I guess they only get it for like collective ones now. But yeah, I can't find anything, so I'm like, oh, screw it. I want my silent assassin. I just go for that. So head through to the dinghy and push it out, just as if I was starting Hitman 2 for the first time. And there we go. And then sit on this loading screen for a very, very long time, which I'm going to spare you. I really love the elusive targets. Like, there's something really special about something that's this time limited. And I know a lot of people say that they're unfair, but I find them so much more thrilling that you've got to approach them this way. So, yeah, and I really love this one. This one is available in the free Hitman like taster pack that you can get. So if you're watching this and you haven't yet played any of the Hitman games, perfect opportunity, because you can download the Hitman 3 trial pack or whatever it's called for free. It's got this level in it for free, and you can play this elusive target, but definitely run through the mission itself ahead of time as well. And there we go. Silent Assassin.